This is My Village, the podcast. I'm your host, Meissa Sarr. Welcome. This is a pitch of what I mean behind the My Village experience, the My Village the podcast. Is that first I would present myself, because that's exactly what I expect, what I would probably ask for any individual that will come to this podcast, is that the question and the answers and everything would be as natural as it came. This is supposed to be like a talk that you would have just with your neighbor, right with someone from your family, and things like that. Is that you show the most genuine of the human beings. And for that, I'll probably go through myself in the whole process of the experiences of life. So the first thing I would come with would be probably my accent, because I'm quite sure some people are like, okay, so he's from here. Other are just like, he has like the English is kind of clear and he knows his way around what he's trying to explain in this language. And so you have a certain sense of the human being behind the voice first, the voice, and then imagine and all of that. And that is one example of the experience that you have in your village, because I call it my village, but it's not mine like me, Meissa Sarr. It is the whole, each human being's I. So it's mine, yours, theirs, hers. And that is the whole human being experience that we all have together in this world that is now a village. The other part, I call it a village because not only the neighborhood, but the village as if that I'm connecting to you, the people who are listening, and at the same time I'm living somewhere that might be really further away around the globe. So it shows that we are having different experiences. We are in the same time, but we are in closer or further places, but still we are having that interaction of the things that we share, and those are our humanity. And most of the human beings, we share those values, and that is why that is one of the reasons why I think that translation was, even as the cliche goes, not only they build bridges between cultures, but still that they are traders too. Yeah, I heard that too. But still, for the part building bridges, because it is about even more so in Africa. So I'm African and Senegalese particularly, and that's why this accent is not a regular English accent from one part of the world. It has been Caribbean, the French, the Wolof, the Spanish that I learned, and the English even that I learned in high school. So French, English, Wolof from Senegal, and Spanish and Arabic, because I learned the Quran. And so that is why I kind of had the idea that what if it is like, actually it is like most people around the world, they see themselves as in closets. It is like, you know, the people that are feeling that wants to share this happiness, the people that want to you know, exchange and you know, get the best of people. It seems that those people at this time around are like hiding themselves as if they need to come out, and I felt this is a way of making them come out and you know, tell their truth, because we all have experience. And that's why it's even more interesting. That is my village, is that we all share all these values, we all share all this humanity. So I personally feel amazed when I talk to anyone, basically, for that matter, because I feel I learn every single time that I talk to someone and he tells or she tells me about any part or even any second of their day or their life in general, because it shows that another person, it shows some other values, it shows some other objectives, it shows some other story, and that is the result is what you have in front of you. And that's why it is like the human experience is so amazing in my eyes, and I feel that a lot of people feel that too. But it's just that we all end up, even myself included, that we all end up behind closed doors, because, you know, oh my God, religion has this shady cliche, you know. But still, we all, most of the human beings, believe, and that you can see in the like in the reports, like the Pew one concerning religions in the world. PEW, you can Google it because that's what we do now, and it shows that even till today around the world together, most human beings believe in one God and share most of the values of peace, of exchange, of love, of learning, of you know, tackling issues, of being drawn into something, of being of belonging. And all those are doesn't stick with only one nation or only one continent or one color or religion or whatever, because those are all the values that we all share. And even only by that, we should be able to go around what maybe how we grew up, or what we believed things to be, or what we still even do believe the things are, and tackling issues. But I think that we all have a say. I know it's not the whole world that would have an opinion on something, but we need to come together. Even getting over the citizenship, the country of origin, the anything else rather than you and your mind, and that you can tell your opinion. And so that is the other part of the My Village, is that we discuss about the social issues and mental health. That's why I feel that sometimes with anything that we feel spiritual or religious or non-profit or anything that draws us, is that most of the time it's not given, I think, much thought of even definition or what it represents for us, because the social issues affect all of us, and you know, the other person, while lacks or has a mental illness or is not taken care of, and you as a human being should not be able even to bear that. We should be coming, because I feel that in the decisions of how do we tackle social issues, they say that they do consultations and stuff like that, but who are are they representative of the people that they represent, basically? And so I won't talk about those social issues, and mental illness is one that is dearest to me, and because it affects a lot of part of your humanity, your decisions, your reactions to things, and your reaction to life, and that would define a whole part of your life. So I feel that, as I said earlier, that a lot of voices are not heard, but the human experience, the field, a lot of part of those differs. So I think that life is a school experience, and that you learn a lot of things. And for one of the other part too of my village is that the spirituality, believe or not, because we are not here to judge you by your choices, but we are here to, even for myself, by the way, I'm Muslim, I was born basically Muslim, probably would come again, but I mean that you believe or you do not believe, even if we do not share the same belief system or whatever, this is for your humanity, but we need the other point of view. We need every single human being point of view, and that I think that could benefit for the whole humanity. I think that I'm probably sure a lot of people will be like, oh my God, kumbaya, this is really broad. But I think that if we are to do this together, because we're gonna be living all of us together, like the reaction someone who is doing something in Brazil or in Europe or in Africa or in any of the continents or any place in the world would have an effect on some other place in the world, like a tsunami. You see, the tsunami happens deep in water or any even part that is further away than the closest ocean, but still would have a reaction that will come over with these mountains of waves. And thinking of that is that, like actions and reactions. And I think that the whole human experience is to learn not only to react to things, but to learn first to act before even there is a reaction. Is that when you choose by yourself a certain way of micromanaging the best that you can, because you're a human being, you have mind, you have ideas, you should put yourself in a discipline that I think is simply by going towards your objectives. It's not as complicated, like more complicated than that. Is that why a lot of people right now feel, I think, boredom or don't know what to do and stuff like that, is that not only we don't read about the things that really matters, we don't I'm not judging anyone. I find myself like sometimes googling or like going on YouTube around or just on Instagram, like browsing about anything. I know I'm part of it too, but I mean doing that as your first instance of looking for information. That is why I'm talking about that. It is that when you use all these tools that we have, because these are computers now, like these cell phones, we work and walk with computers on our hands, on our pocket, anywhere, on our ears, on anywhere. We work with all these devices that we can have information from anywhere in the world, and in quite the closest universe. So it made me think that we need to kind of take even every single, at some point, a break and say, okay, what is going on? Like, what is really going on with my life? What am I doing with my life? A lot of people think that question is depressing. That question is not depressing. That question, I think, because this is the place in the village to say what you think, is that as a species, we stay as in just going around in what I think Bob Marley used to call the rat race. Is that waking up, going work, do this again and again. And that is, of course, part of the human being. But apart from your work, because you realize something out of whatever you're getting paid from, or at least you can try. But that is only one part of your life. But most of the time, apart from the time that you sleep, it is your life basically. But I don't think that that even when you're at work, that is not your life. No, you chose to go there. I personally, Meissa Sarr, choose that I go to work every single day because I have something, because that is on my mean. Even what I'm getting paid for from whatever it is, big, low, or whatever it is, seriously. Because I chose to do that, to get the money, but even that money is not the goal. So every single human being, we need to reassess, I think, our goals. We need to think about these things. What are my goals? What do I want to do? Who I want to become? And from that, maybe think even deeper about the whole experience of life, and not waste our time, because life is really short. Whatever long you think your day is, it's nothing. Life is even shorter than that. So I think that is enough food for thought, maybe for first episode, because as they say, like in a monologue, you talk forever as if there's nothing else to do, but still you're talking to yourself basically. But I'm talking to you, anyone who you may be at any point in this life where you'll be listening to this, is that it's coming, and you're all part of it. You're all part of the My Village, because you live in a village in the world, anywhere, speaking any language. So we probably might have French at some point. If there's some French people that you think that I should invite, and even anyone basically that I should invite, even yourself, if you feel like you can come here and talk as simple as this, I think there is no it would be raw. Like, we would need people to just talk and exchange, and that's basically all that is expected of you. And with that, we say, may peace be with you all. Peace be with you. This was My Village, and until next time, never forget, you are as unique as the universe. Thank you for listening.